Hey everybody, Genesis Moss here. I'm here to share a little bit about what one of my personal favorite franchises of all time means to me. And as you can see by the stuff laid out here on the table, that franchise is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is 30 years old this year. The movie was released in 1984. And it's been a pretty good year for Ghostbusting. We've had a really sad moment happen, and I'll get to that in a minute. But overall, this has been a pretty good year for Ghostbusters. I'm going to start off with the worst thing that's happened, obviously, and you guys already know that, but the passing of Harold Ramis. That hit me like a ton of bricks, guys. I just couldn't believe it when it happened, you know? But when he passed, it was just like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, you know? I had seen where somebody had put R.I.P. Harold Ramis on Facebook, and you guys know people make a lot of fake celebrity death announcements on Facebook. Betty White has died 6 times at least. Jackie Chan, he's died a few times now. But they're all actually still alive. Harold, I Googled it really quick, and the first thing that popped up in Google News, you know, was that Harold Ramis had passed away. And it was really sad. I mean, like, incredibly, terribly sad. As a Ghostbusters fan, you know, somebody I've watched growing up my whole life, you know, in these 2 movies, and of course there were Stripes and a few others that Harold Ramis did. And it really broke my heart. I really just still can't fathom it, you know. Here's one of my heroes, and he's not here anymore. I'll never have the chance to meet him, shake his hand, get his autograph, tell him how much I appreciate Ghostbusters and, you know, what it's done for pop culture and our culture in general. I'll never get the chance to tell him that. And if anyone in his family or any of his friends are watching this, Harold, I miss you, man. We really do. And we appreciate everything you did for helping get Ghostbusters off the ground with Danny and with just everything you did, you know. Your acting, your writing, you were funny, you were a great guy. I've heard so many good stories about you from different, you know, places online. And we miss you, Harold. With that out of the way, you know, not out of the way, but with that being said, you know, I'm going to move into the good things that have happened this year. You know, Ghostbusters kind of hit a little bit of a boom for a little bit this year. We got a few new products, you know, we had like the pop vinyls and just different little things here and there. Matty Collector doesn't seem to be making the Ghostbusters items anymore. They say they're going to be doing an RGB line, but haven't even seen a teaser image from that yet, so who knows if that's going to happen or not. But, man, we've had the Ghostbusters donuts from Krispy Kreme. You know, like I said, the pop vinyls. The movie got re-released for the 30th anniversary. This was my 2nd time going to see Ghostbusters in the theater, and it was awesome. You know, it's really just spiked some interest again. The movies have been re-aired on AMC, and they got a really cool trailer for that. Just, it seems like there's interest again. Another bad thing that's happened because of that interest, Mr. Murray here, pointing at the figure there, you know, kind of came out and said, I think they should do an all-female Ghostbusters. Well, now Sony took that seriously, and Paul Feig is working on it, so we're going to get Ghostbusters Bridesmaids. Thank you, Mr. Murray. You suck for that. Love you for everything else, but for that, you suck. So, yeah, it's really bad. Otherwise, you know, I came into Ghostbusters when I was about 6 years old. No? 4. I was about 4, actually. In 1986, when the cartoon The Real Ghostbusters came on TV. A little interesting thing to tell you guys, this is my original tray from when I was a kid that I used to eat off of. You know, of course my food didn't go on that plate then, but that's my original TV tray from when I was a little boy. That thing has survived house fires and everything else. As you can see, it's dented up because it became a shield at one point. But I still have that, and that's just a real special thing for me. But I discovered Ghostbusters, you know, when the Saturday morning cartoon hit, and fell in love. I didn't know there was a movie till I was probably about 6. And the movie just blew my mind. I was like, whoa, Ghostbusters are real people. It's not just a cartoon. And it was so amazing. It was just such a blast to experience that movie for the first time when it aired on television, on the ABC movie. It was awesome, you know, and I just fell in love with the movie after that. You know, any chance I got to rent it, I did, you know. And finally, I've been acquiring over the years many different copies of the movies as I've been, you know, slowly following Goodwills and whatnot. I have both DVD releases of the movies. I have the original Blu-ray release of the first movie, the 2-pack that you can see right here. First 2 original release VHSs, the Ghostbusters 2 novelization, and the promotional release Ghostbusters 2 that was only given to like video stores and stuff like that. I just love it. I became really obsessed, and it's a cool obsession. That little Ecto-1 Hot Wheel there, I have 13 of them. Every time I found one in the stores, and trust me, I looked and looked and looked every time I went to the stores. I bought one. They were like $1. Of course I was going to get as many Ecto-1s as I could. Got some of the Maddie stuff. The figures there came from when Big Lots got the figures because they were just way too expensive on Maddie's site. But Ghostbusters is just so cool, and I've gotten all the props so far except for the Neutrona wand. I'm hoping to get that soon, but every one of those props my mom has bought me for Christmas. Thanks, Mom. But Ghostbusters is just amazing to me. It was just something that resonated with me from the first time I saw the logo, the cartoon intro, the song. It just resonated with me as a child, and it stuck with me every year on Halloween, and I know my wife is sick of watching it by now, but every year on Halloween, we watch When Halloween Was Forever. That's my favorite episode of The Real Ghostbusters, and the fact that it's a Halloween-themed episode, I get to watch it on Halloween every year, and it's amazing. Ghostbusters is just phenomenal, and it's literally in my top 3 favorite franchises from the 80s. Or top 4 actually, if you count Star Wars, but Star Wars started in the 70s. But He-Man, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, all 3 of these things are so special to me. The Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters crossover, I couldn't wait to get that first issue. I just could not wait. It was just like, yes, my two of my favorite things finally coming together. If they just thrown He-Man and Star Wars in it, I would have had a fanboy joygasm. But they didn't, and that's okay. It's just so special. Ghostbusters is just amazing, and if you haven't seen it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it. Pick up a DVD, pick up a Blu-ray, get one of these old VHSs, have some fun. You know, I have these great friends who are part of White Tiger Films. Well, they are all of White Tiger Films. I'm actually part of White Tiger Films now. And they have a web series called Ghostbusters Richmond Division. They have awesome cosplays that they do of the Ghostbusters. And they just go and they have fun with it, man. My friend Matt actually has in his Proton Pack a big old speaker now. And he just blasts the Ghostbusters songs as he's walking around with his pack on, and it's awesome. When we went to Krispy Kreme, this girl came up to us and asked us if we were hiring. And we were kind of confused at first. We thought she might have meant for White Tiger Films, but it turned out she actually meant to be a Ghostbuster. And was asking how much the job paid. And you know, we've seen the movie so many times, we were just running off with the babble, just like we knew what we were talking about. And this girl didn't know whether to believe us or not, and I think in the end she did believe that we were really Ghostbusters. That was great. I just love it. And I wanted to share my love of this franchise with you guys because it's great. It truly is great, and everybody needs to see it at least once in their lives. And that's it for this video. Do you love Ghostbusters? Why? Why not? Leave me a comment, leave me a video response. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.